Do you have somebody call you and check on you? Guess what? I have nobody to ever call and check on me. I call and check on her every day. Man, all that. I call her and check on her every day. Yeah, she ready to get up now, but I'ma still talk. I'ma still talk.
In the intense and drama-filled world of love and hip-hop, Atlanta, where personal relationships are constantly tested, Season 12, Episode 15 delivers a revelation so shocking that it leaves both fans and cast members in complete disbelief. At the heart of the storm is none other than Lil Scrappy, a longtime staple of the show, known for his charismatic personality and turbulent love life. But this time, the drama isn't just another relationship spat or industry rivalry. It's something much deeper, something that threatens to shake his marriage to Bambi to its very core. At first glance, Scrappy and Bambi appear to be in a relatively stable phase of their often chaotic relationship. The couple, despite their past struggles, have been making efforts to co-parent their children and maintain some level of peace in their household. The episode starts with what seems to be the normal day for them. Moments of laughter with the kids, conversations about their daily routines, and the usual attempts at keeping their family bond strong. But beneath the surface, an invisible storm is brewing, one that will soon erupt into a full-fledged crisis. Scrappy, usually a figure of strength and resilience, has been battling an unsettling feeling for months. Something doesn't seem right, but he can't quite put his finger on it. His finances, something he has worked tirelessly to build, have started showing strange discrepancies. At first, it's just a few odd charges on his credit card, nothing too alarming. A transaction here, a small purchase there. He brushes it off, assuming it's either an accounting error or something he may have simply forgotten about. But as time goes on, the numbers begin to grow, and what once seemed like minor inconsistencies quickly snowball into something much more alarming. As Scrappy sits down one evening, determined to finally get to the bottom of the issue, he meticulously goes through his financial statements. What he finds leaves him in complete shock. The charges are not only consistent, but are increasing at a staggering rate. His initial suspicion is that his credit card has been stolen or that someone has hacked into his accounts. The sums are too large to ignore now, thousands of dollars missing, and then tens of thousands. Determined to find the culprit, Scrappy digs deeper, contacting his bank and reviewing the details of each transaction. But what he discovers is far worse than he ever imagined. The transactions are not random. They aren't the work of a cybercriminal or some faceless scammer. They all trace back to one person, his wife, Bambi. His heart drops, his mind races. At first, he refused to believe it. Maybe it's a mistake. Maybe there's an explanation. But the more he investigates, the clearer it becomes. Bambi has been withdrawing large sums of money repeatedly without his knowledge. And the total amount? A jaw-dropping $1 million. For Scrappy, this isn't just about money. It's about trust. Betrayal. The realization that the woman he has shared his life with, the mother of his children, has been siphoning his hard-earned wealth behind his back.
Man, what all that? That's why you doing that.
What fake we talking about? Fake we
She
talking
trying to act
about?
like she
What
didn't
fake
look.
we
She
talking about?
don't be on that. You just want me to look bad. It's all cool.
How do I
You want
want
me
you
to
to
look bad
look
like I don't do
bad?
nothing in your
How
life?
do I want you to
It's
look
cool.
bad?
You guys got mad.
I know she tell y'all on. I don't about this.
She don't say that.
The weight of this revelation is crushing. He replays moments in his head. Times when he gave Bambi access to his finances, moments when he trusted her to handle certain expenses. He had assumed it was all for the well-being of their family. Never did he imagine that this trust would be manipulated in such a way. The episode then shifts to Scrappy confiding in his closest friends and family. He is visibly shaken, struggling to process the gravity of the situation. His friends react with a mix of shock and anger, urging him to take immediate action. Some suggest confronting Bambi right away, while others insist he needs to get legal advice before making any moves. One thing is clear, this isn't something he can ignore. But for Scrappy, the decision isn't that simple. Publicly exposing Bambi could have devastating consequences, not just for their marriage, but for their children as well. He doesn't want his personal life to become another tabloid headline, another storyline for the world to gossip about. But at the same time, how can he simply let this betrayal go unanswered? The emotional turmoil is overwhelming. Finally, Scrappy reaches a decision. He has to confront Bambi. There is no other way forward. He needs to hear her side of the story, needs to understand why she did this. And the atmosphere in their home is tense as Scrappy prepares himself for the inevitable discussion. Bambi, unaware of what's coming, carries on with her routine, tending to the kids and handling small household tasks. Scrappy watches her from across the room, his heart pounding in his chest. He wonders, does she feel guilty? Does she know that I know? Finally, he calls her into the living room. His voice is steady but firm, laced with the weight of the betrayal he's uncovered. "Bambi, we need to talk." She looks at him, sensing something is off, but she doesn't protest. As she sits down across from him, the tension in the air is almost suffocating. Scrappy takes a deep breath and pulls out the printed bank statements he had compiled earlier. He lays them on the table between them. "Explain this?" Bambi's eyes widen as she scans the documents. At first, she says nothing. The silence stretches between them, thick and heavy. Scrappy studies her face, searching for any sign of remorse, any flicker of guilt. But instead, she looks confused, almost as if she doesn't recognize the charges at first. "What am I looking at?" she asks, her voice hesitant. Scrappy's patience is thin. "You know exactly what you're looking at. These are transactions from my account, honey, over the past few months, and they all lead back to you." Bambi's expression shifts. A flicker of realization crosses her face, followed quickly by something else. Fear. She looks up at Scrappy, her mouth opening and closing as if she's struggling to find the right words. I don't know what to say," she finally stammers.
Man, what all this? That's why you doing hands.
What
That's why
fake
you
we
doing hands.
talking
She on that
about?
fake.
Fake we
She
talking
trying to act
about?
like she
What
didn't
fake
look.
we talking about?
She don't be on that. You just want me to look bad. It's all cool.
How do I
You want
want
me
you
to
to
look bad
look
like I don't do nothing in your
How
life?
do I want you to
It's
look
cool.
bad?
You guys are mad.
I know she tell y'all on. I don't know about this.
She don't say that.
Right, and put child support in the same I went through with Scrappy right now. You a bitch. I went with Scrappy. Because that's what you are. You a bitch. That's what you are.
That is
Like you one thing. I don't give a about that. Bitch, you're second best. He followed me to the Dominican Republic. You know that hoe. He proposed to me first. He wanted to be with me. He wanted to marry me. And I left.
Let's see if he's what you
I left.
Why are you
You're
still arguing
second
about
best,
your
hoe.
baby daddy?
You're second best. Who do you want
When
to
I
see
see
you in the street,
you
just
wanna
go.
square up?
Oh, bitch, square the up,
Ain't
bitch.
none of that.
I
No,
wanna
no,
see about
no,
you, bitch.
no.
You know I don't like you, bitch.
Oh, is it a fight?
Girl, what? Who am I doing?
Let me out. Let me out. You ain't gonna do
I ain't paid my insurance
I was
yet.
slapping about you, Rashida.
Scrappy shakes his head, his anger bubbling just beneath the surface. "You spent $1 million, Bambi. And you never thought to tell me? Never thought I'd find out?" Bambi's hands tremble as she reaches for the bank statements, flipping through them as if searching for a way to explain it all away. One that now seems insignificant compared to the very real drama unfolding in their own lives. Finally, Scrappy exhales sharply, shaking his head. "I just don't get it, Bambi. If you were feeling this way, why didn't you just tell me? Why didn't you talk to me instead of?" He gestures toward the bank statements, still scattered across the table, instead of doing all this. Bambi wipes at her face, her hands trembling. "I didn't know how." Her voice is raw with emotion. "You were always so busy, so caught up in your music, in your career, keeping everything together, and I felt like I was disappearing. Like I wasn't even a person anymore, just a wife, just a mom. And spending, it gave me something, a rush, a sense of control." Scrappy lets out a bitter laugh, rubbing his temples. "Control? Bambi, you lost control. This isn't just a little mistake. You stole from me, from our family." Bambi flinches at his words. "I know, and I hate myself for it. I swear I do. But Scrappy, I never meant to hurt you. I didn't even realize how bad it had gotten until I couldn't stop." Scrappy studies her, searching for signs of deceit, but all he sees is pain. Real, raw pain, and yet that doesn't change what she did. "So what now?" he asks finally, his voice heavy with exhaustion. "What am I supposed to do with this? How am I supposed to trust you again?" Bambi looks away silent. She knows she has no answer. The conversation shifts when Scrappy's phone buzzes. He glances at it. His mother, Mama D, is calling. He hesitates, knowing she'll want details, knowing she'll likely make the situation even more chaotic than it already is. He lets it go to voicemail. But that one moment of distraction is enough for Bambi to speak again. "I'll do whatever it takes to fix this, Scrappy. I mean it. If you want me to leave, I will. If you want to separate our finances, I understand. But please, don't give up on us. Don't give up on me." Scrappy exhales slowly, the weight of her words pressing against him. He never thought he'd be in this position. Never imagined he'd have to question his own wife's intentions. And yet here he is. His mind flashes back to everything they've been through, the fights, the makeups, the moments of love, the struggles of marriage under the public eye. He remembers the promises they made, the dreams they shared. And now, all of it is hanging by a thread. "I need time," he finally says, his voice barely above a whisper. Bambi nods, understanding but looking devastated. "Take all the time you need." The episode ends with Scrappy standing up, grabbing his car keys and walking out the door. Bambi watches him go, her face a mixture of heartbreak and regret. The question now isn't just whether Scrappy can forgive her. It's whether the marriage can survive at all. If you thought this episode was intense, just wait. Things are only getting more dramatic. Do you think Scrappy should forgive Bambi, or is this betrayal too deep to move past? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more shocking updates from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over.
You know what your problem is? I ain't got no problem, man. Don't tell me. Don't tell me what my problem is.
I probably went too hard or something, took something the wrong way or something like that, you know? So I want to say, I'm sorry to Chaotic, you know what I mean?
We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere.
We're not. Cause I can give a Cause let me tell you something. When a over me and he feel like I'm not a good person, I feel the same way Chaotic feel. So we on the same page.
No, but he does not feel that way.
He just said it. He said, hey, if you feel like I'm not a good person in your life, then you need to stay like that, and I'm gonna stand on that. And we gonna stand on it.
No!
Let's stand on it.
No!
We gonna stand on it.
No, he does not. Stop. He did not say that.
What I said was, if you feel like I'm a bad person to you, then I...
Okay, but this is not about that right now. This is about you. How do you feel about him?
I never said I had a problem with him.
No, this what he do. This what he do. He say something crazy, and he be like, "Oh, I ain't got no beef. I ain't got no stuff."
Chaotic always try to play a victim. He'll start some then he want to be like, I don't want no beef, man. If you got an issue, stand on it. If not, sit down and shut up, bro.
At the end of the day, like I said, bro, it don't even really matter.
Cuz gonna try to goddamn, he want everybody to be like, oh my God.
No, because we're so grown, we can really make an assessment of our own thoughts here.
I be watching Cuz I be like, oh.
Okay, so wait.
You know what your problem is?
I ain't got no problem, man. I beat your ass.
You had a million times to do it.
Do it now.
Why you wait till you get on TV to do it?
Why you on YouTube?
Why you a TV man?
You a clown.
You got a problem with me.
You a talker. Keep talking that boy.
He's a...
Hey, man.